Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. Since we've all had some time to process the mid-season finale of Arrow, I thought it was time to do a top 10 moments from the season so far. I'll also be doing a predictions video next week for the second half of season 2. Be sure to subscribe to get it. So let's just dive right in. Top 10 moments. Number 10, Brother Blood builds an army. So most recently, Brother Blood has been a Teen Titans villain, so I was really surprised that Arrow decided to use him as their medium bad this season. Kevin Alejandro, the actor playing Brother Blood, hasn't really won me over with his performance yet, but I was really happy that they reached into DC's bag of villains rather than create someone totally new. I'm really looking forward to his super soldier army, mostly because of the consequences. Number 9, the Suicide Squad. Who do you call when you don't want to risk the life of a superhero? You call the bad guys. So when Diggle set Deadshot free, it actually cleared the path for Amanda Waller to compel him or blackmail him into the Suicide Squad. They'll make an appearance in part 2 of the season whenever it comes back next year, mostly in response to Brother Blood's new super soldier army. Then I can include everyone on the show, but the current roster in the comic books also includes Captain Boomerang, Cheetah, James Gordon Jr., King Shark, Harley Quinn, the Unknown Soldier, Black Spider, El Diablo, Voltaic, and Yo-Yo. Speaking of supergroups, number 8, the arrival of Hive. Hive was teased during that same Deadshot episode where he got set free. It hasn't been referenced since, but they're an evil shadow organization formed by the Slade Wilson Deathstroke in the comic books. Now that we know that Slade is the big bad this season, and it looks like he's the head of a corporation, I think that Hive will be the way that he's funding his war against Oliver. I'm also hoping, as part of that war, that Slade is behind Isabel Rochev at Queen Industries. Remember, Slade promised to crush everything in Oliver's life, and Queen Industries is part of that. Number 7, Solomon Grundy and the creation of super plot threads. What this means is that Arrow has done an amazing job at expanding its own internal universe, the Arrowverse. Just this season, they've brought in so many references and characters from the comics that it feels like they could keep the show fresh longer than Supernatural. And that's been on for almost 10 years. And they haven't even gotten to Superman, Batman, or the Justice League yet. Number 6, the League of Assassins descends on Starling City. A lot of people were confused by this because during the Dark Knight franchise, the League of Assassins was called the League of Shadows. They're the same thing, Arrow's just calling them something different. Their arrival on the show raised the stakes for Oliver to a whole new level. I was a little disappointed to see how easily Sarah killed Al Awal, but I feel like that was just to make us feel safe until they return in full force. There's actually a few surprises that they're going to be bringing to Starling City in the future, namely Nyssa Al Ghul, who's debuting in the second half of the season. She's the daughter of Ra's al Ghul. A lot of people are hoping for a Ra's al Ghul cameo, but it's unlikely that a character that big would be on a show this soon before introducing a lot more medium characters. But Arrow takes so many chances, don't be surprised if he has a brief cameo in the finale. Number 5, Roy has superpowers. Talk about left turns for a character. In the comic books, Roy eventually becomes Red Arrow, and now TV Roy has powers, which is obviously the counterweight to all the Brother Blood super soldiers. I have to wait to see him in action before I pass judgment on Super Roy, but I love how fast the show is developing characters that will end up becoming superheroes anyway. Number 4, Malcolm Merlyn is still alive. I was so happy when it turned out that John Barrowman was back on the show, and not as a ghost. He's full on alive and just as dangerous as ever. I feel like Kevin Alejandro is not able to bring his villain Brother Blood up to the same level as John Barrowman was able to bring Malcolm Merlyn up to during season 1. Number 3, Sarah Lance is the Canary. The comic book version of Black Canary and Green Arrow have been so intertwined in the past that seeing her on the show was worth the highest of 5s. Her fight scenes have been amazing, but I'm not a huge fan of the Sarah Lance, the public face of her character. She'll be back in the second half of the season with the League of Assassins and Malcolm Merlyn. All those plots are tied together. Number 2, Slade is the big bad. One of the things I think Arrow does best is pay off big plot lines in a timely manner. Using Slade as the big bad this season ties up so many plot threads from the island as well as last season that even when Slade escapes at the end of this season, I won't feel cheated. Just to be clear, I'm pretty sure that they will not kill Slade at the end of this season. He's too big of a character, and Manu Bennett is too amazing of an actor to get rid of him. I also said some of the same things during my review of the mid-season finale, but the thing that makes Slade so exciting as a true villain is how personal his relationship with Oliver is. It's like he's Oliver's Joker. He's unpredictable, he's out of his mind, and he's almost invincible. And number 1, The Flash. Hands down, favorite moment of the season so far. Watching Barry Allen on screen was pure joy. It was all about watching a superhero fanboy become a superhero. They're still working on the pilot for the spinoff, so the series hasn't been officially greenlit, but a lot of you have been asking me if he's going to come back on Arrow. Originally, episode 20 was supposed to be the backdoor pilot for the spinoff, but now that they've rewritten that, Grant Gustin might just be doing another cameo like he did during the mid-season finale. So many awesome things happening this season. Let me know what your favorite is and what you're most excited to see whenever the show comes back next year. I know you're all holding out for a Ra's al Ghul cameo. Since we're heading into the holidays, I have a bunch of more bonus videos that I'll be posting this week for the shows that would normally be on. Be sure to subscribe to get them all. You can click here to get my review of the mid-season finale, and you can click here to learn all about a brand new show I'm going to be doing in January called Kill List. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.